We're back with football again, and today we're going to be doing a preview of AFCON Group C that contains Tunisia, Uganda, Nigeria, and Tanzania. And with me to do that is Mustafa, TK, and Saeed. My name is still Afolabi.
Falabi, does it also contain juju?
Perhaps, according to Eric Chell,
Yeah,
we are using
it should also
voodoo.
contain juju.
If you
All right,
can't beat them, join them.
so let's jump straight to it. Which teams are it again? The only two teams I even care
Nigeria,
about is Tunisia and
Tunisia,
Nigeria.
Uganda, and Tanzania.
Okay, Uganda and Tanzania will be fighting for third and fourth. Nigeria should get, and here's the thing: Nigeria has the talent to win this group. They should be able to beat Tunisia. But number one, they have no organization in midfield. They're in disarray. They have players leaving, and they have no system of play. So the best I can say is that Nigeria should qualify first, Tunisia second. Tunisia is better organized than Nigeria. They play a low block defense. Their midfield is okay. They don't really hold the ball too much, and they're going to go from transition uh, to attack. A lot of the players from Tunisia, are they what leagues do they play in?
Most of them are home based.
So they
Esperance.
know each other. They're
Yeah,
like
so
South
there's a
Africa. They haven't been on.
chemistry. There's a
So
chemistry.
so here's what I'm going to say. Tunisia is going to beat Uganda. They're going to beat Tanzania. I don't know what's going to happen between Nigeria and Tunisia. Nigeria is an unpredictable team. They should win this group. But let me tell you, there's no guarantees. Nigeria will qualify for past the first round for sure. I can't really say. I'm going to say Nigeria will beat Tunisia because Nigeria's midfield is more physical, and they've got physical strikers. And Osimhen is just too good. I forgot about Osimhen. If Osimhen is he going to be playing? He's not injured. If Osimhen is playing, so I'm going to say that with a matchup between Tunisia and Nigeria, the score is most likely to be 2-0, 1-0 Nigeria, only because of Osimhen. And also Lukman is improving in his play. And you've also got in midfield, is this guy going to play in midfield? He will be. He's going to play in midfield,
Yes,
right?
Iwobi has to play.
Yeah.
He's the only creative midfielder we
Yeah.
have.
And against Tunisia, they're going to play low block, but Osimhen is going to unlock that defense one way or another. So I was because Tunisia is not physical like Uganda, not like Uganda, like like Guinea or not Guinea. What was the team that Congo? What was the team that Nigeria beat in the qualifier before they met Congo?
Gabon.
Gabon and Congo gave Nigeria a hard time because they're physical and they play collectively. Tunisia is more of a defensive team, and they don't have as much midfield depth as Nigeria. So I'm going to say Nigeria wins this game, and we have some young guys like what's that boy's name? The new defender that's going to replace the half-caste boy, Yellow
Benjamin.
Man. Benjamin is going to replace Yellow Man. Can you imagine? Benjamin has a white person's name, and Trusteko, who is white, has a black person's name. This world is crazy, man. What are your thoughts, Afola?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Afola, give us a more analytical breakdown tonight, because I didn't give an analytic. I gave a poetic breakdown. Yeah.
I'm with you on this, and I think since our first game is Tanzania, which is on the 23rd of December, I think we should get an easy 3 points from there. And then we go on to play Tunisia. That would be a tough one because Tunisia, whenever they face Nigeria, they're always very defensive. So it will be a low-scoring victory. A low-scoring victory for Nigeria, maybe like 1-0. So if by that time, if we can get 6 points, then we would have qualified with a game to spare. I don't think Uganda will give Nigeria any kind of problems. So I see us stopping this group quite easily.
Yeah. Now I made a mistake. So Tunisia has a strong midfield and good tactics and everything, but I just have a feeling that they may not be able to handle the physicality of our midfielders. So, but playing Nigeria, Tunisia may hold the ball more, but the question is, will they have opportunities in which they could? They don't really have a strong forward strike force, do they, Afolabi? No.
Yeah, you know the way Tunisia plays, they are very defensive.
Defensive, yeah.
In 2022, when we lost to them in the round of 16, they defended throughout that match, and we had already won three of our games. We played them in the round of 16. They had only one shot at goal, and that shot was a goal, and they kept on defending, ran down the clock until they won the game. So I expect a similar approach.
Yeah, and we need to be careful with Uganda
because it's a very stubborn side.
Last start, we need to be careful with Uganda because Uganda is like Congo in them, in that they have a physical and they play midfield physical, but it's just that they can't score and they don't have as much individual talent. So we could end up drawing with Uganda if we don't take the game seriously. What do you think? Yeah. But I think we're going to beat Uganda. I'm just saying that we have to watch out for Uganda because we saw what happened with Congo. If a team plays physical, but we have to remember that this guy was injured. Osimhen was injured and he missed a lot of goals.
It's a potential banana skin. I feel if Osimhen
Yeah,
plays
it's a
all
banana
our
skin.
games,
Yeah, just watch out for that. All right, so what are your thoughts, Mr. TK?
For me, this Nigerian team, depending on who gets allowed, who is allowed to come and play from their respective clubs,
you can take it
they
down.
can really. Can you get me?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the thing with Nigeria is they can get out of this group because they have the talent and they have the depth. Nigeria comes with one of the most strongest squads in Africa.
Yeah.
We cannot lie about that. They have one of the strongest squads in Africa.
Yeah.
But then it comes to execution. How will Eric Shell execute this Nigerian team? When you look at Eric Shell's recent results, they haven't been bad since the second, I think the third half of the qualifiers of the World Cup. He's actually the coach that got Nigeria some decent results to put them in contention to qualify for the World Cup. So with him having more time, he's able to groom this squad. And motivation and hunger. I mean, they've missed out of the World Cup. Now it's AFCON. AFCON is like Nigeria's bread and butter. We need to. Let me tell you something.
I'm saying it's our bread and suya. Our bread and suya. Not our bread and butter. Yeah, go ahead.
Definitely, because we need to stop thinking that Nigeria they are bad. But when you look at what they do in Africa, they were finalists of the last occasion. Nigeria's weaknesses sometimes is the knockout stages. The knockout stages, that's where Nigeria is failed. They almost got knocked out by South Africa. Luckily, everybody saw what they saw. Williams is always gonna dive. Let's hit 50% of our shots down the middle, and we win the game. You understand?
Yeah.
So Ivory Coast. It was a matter of Nigeria wasn't bad. Ivory Coast wanted it more. When you come to a final doesn't matter who's good, which team is good. Whichever team wants the game more than the other team will win the occasion. So historical. Now, when you look at the historical pedigree, as I said, of Nigeria, multiple times AFCON champions with experienced pedigree in this level. Sometimes more often than people really think. So we should really sort of sway away from thinking that Nigeria is a bad team. It's up to.
No, yeah, but here's the thing. Here's why I say Nigeria is a bad team.
Okay.
Nigerian players are among the best in the world, but a team is a dynamic organism. South Africa is a better team than Nigeria because even if it doesn't have better players, it's more plays together. Nigeria is not a bad team. To me, Nigeria is not a bad team. They're an underperforming team, and they don't play as well as they could. Nigeria is supposed to be at the same level as Senegal, but Senegal is far better than Nigeria.
For example, I'm sorry to throw South Africa into the mix here of what has recently happened in the South African media. It was said that one of the defenders, Mbegezeli Mbogazi, missed his flight to come to training, and the coach was absolutely livid for him missing training.
That's discipline.
Because they just won a cup right now, and they were given 2 days off, and the coach was like, "I don't care if you're given 2 days off. Football. We are calling for the national team to come and train. You come. He just arrived today.
That's discipline.
But the coach was absolutely livid, and he told him that I'm going to have a conversation with this player.
Nigeria players, they waited until the World Cup playoffs to say they want to go on strike. They waited till then to get money. I'm not saying that they were wrong for getting money, but they should have done that threat long ago. So it's a discipline problem.
Long ago. It's a 2019 issue that happened in 2019, and you bring it back up now when you're about to play.
And I still believe that Osimhen was saving his legs. He didn't want to play against Congo. But Osimhen missed some games for Galatasaray, so let me not say that. What are your thoughts, Mr. Said, about our group that we're in, Group A? Group C?
Yeah, I think I quite agree with what Mr. Mustafa said. We individually, we have better players, but looking at comparison with South Africa, they are more like a team, and that is what we are lacking in Nigeria. So I'm not going to put my hopes up in this Super Eagles and this AFCON we are going into. I think some of these players, they are going to boycott the matches or the competition itself because there is no my own opinion, I think there is no ginger among those boys anymore. There is no like there is nothing really to
no energy, no energy, no enthusiasm.
Yeah, no energy. Like
love of the game.
It's more like I wouldn't want to mix politics with our sport, but it is affecting our sport because of the corruption going on in our NFF. And I think some of these boys now, they are not well motivated anymore. So I think that will play out in our games too. So to me, I don't see us even winning the AFCON. Yeah, we might win some couple of matches. I'll struggle, but go all the way to the final. I don't see that motivation.
No, and this is why Senegal is dangerous. Man, Senegal, they have everything. They have the speed and the power of West Africans like Nigeria. They also have super skilled midfielders because they've trained in France. And they also have a team spirit playing together. Those guys are going to be dangerous. What are your thoughts, Mr. Said? Yeah,
they are going to be dangerous. Of course, they are going to. And what is even working for Senegalese team and all these Egypt and all these teams that are doing well is because they qualify for the World Cup. Imagine Nigeria qualifying for the World Cup. The motivation will be there.
Oh yeah,
because they know that this is more like. Normally, if you are playing any AFCON competition before World Cup, it's more like a pre-World Cup games competition.
Yeah.
It is normally used to prepare them for the World Cup itself. But right now, to me, even I'm just going to watch the AFCON just for the sake of watching it because I'm not. I'm not really happy
think Nigeria can make it to the quarterfinals because we can use the reverse argument because they didn't make it to World Cup. Maybe they want to say this is it. We have to at least win this one.
Yeah, but I think that would have been the case if assuming our NFF are doing what they're supposed to do.
NFF is the problem.
Like most of all these boys now, they're just
these guys will be missing play for their team
because of most of all these players. They're not playing for Nigeria just because they want to get the games, the international games required by some clubs before they can move to bigger clubs.
You know what it is?
So it's not as if.
Nigeria needs investment of money and energy into our league, and we need to invest enthusiasm for football within Nigeria so that we can build a new generation of kids who want to win just so they can win for their country and all those things. We don't have that spirit in any sports, not just football. We don't have it in anything. In fact, most Nigerians would be like, I'm good. Let me see if I can play for England or something like that. What do you think, Afolabi, about what are you going to say, Said?
Yeah, that's why you can see most of our Nigerian players, they are playing for other countries because this is part of what you are saying. No motivation, no corruption. The leaders are not even encouraging them to even stick their neck out to play for Nigeria. So that's why you can see a Osimhen like asking for substitution in a match that he knows that we need.
Can you imagine? Go ahead.
Some players will manage through the match. When you know that you are that important.
Can you imagine if
he's not in that game? That's why we lost that match.
Yeah, we lost it. And can you imagine if Osimhen had Turkish passport and played for Turkey? Those guys would treat him like God in Turkey, man. They'll treat him like that.
He's not even playing for Turkey now. He's not playing for the club. Look at how.
And they love him. The president came to meet him at the airport when he came to join to join Galatasaray. All right, Afolabi, last thoughts on the group, and we can we'll have a last thought from TK. Then we'll head out. What are your last thoughts on the group?
I quite agree with Said in the sense that everything flows down from the NFF. I think we need to appoint real football people in the NFF. Ex-players, people that have done football administration before, not just people that are appointed by politics. And if you put the right players there, they would appoint the right manager. Eric Chell was fired by Mali for crying out loud. None of those players respect that guy. He's not a coach of stature. You need a coach of stature. If he's one of the ex-players that have done it all for Nigeria and have been to the World Cup that was coaching these boys, that respect will be there at least, or perhaps a top-class foreign coach. But they don't respect this guy. And you can imagine how petulant they will even be when they go to the Nations Cup for having not qualified for the World Cup. So we need a coach of stature. It's then that the players will begin to get scared that if I misbehave, there will be consequences, I will be held accountable, and there will be discipline. That's just what I feel.
I agree. All right, so what are your last thoughts, TK?
My thoughts I share the sentiments as Afolabi just said right now. The players need to learn responsibility, and it all then trickles down to the NFF. If the NFF can be responsible, then the players can be held responsible. You cannot warn a player for something, then they can say, but look at our leadership. I mean, it's all a mess. Right now, it's down to the football. Right now, it's down to the football right now.
Like, for example, if Maradona plays football, Maradona is more important than Argentina's football federation. And if they mess up, the president of Argentina will fire all of those people if Maradona tells him. It's the opposite. The NFF people say, oh, if we don't get our way, you won't play. That's the problem. There's an imbalance in Nigeria. Those guys are in there. And there's no way Osimhen should be calling the head of the NFF or guy. It's the other way. The head of the NFF should be calling Osimhen or guy, because there is no NFF if Nigeria doesn't win. Nigeria's players are the gold treasure of the world. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's the problem. If Maradona calls tomorrow, the president of Argentina will fire everybody on that team,
of course,
to play.
The Super Eagles are why the Super Eagles are why people have jobs in NFF.
Yeah, so they need to do better. I think that we need to have an oversight where the government, the president, Tinubu, or like they did with the military government, make sure that there's no corruption. At least if there's let there be corruption with light. Let there be corruption with Boko Haram, but no corruption with football. Don't fuck with football. I'm serious. Don't fuck with football.
Yeah.
Because that's national pride. All right, take it out of Falabi.
Okay. It's been a brilliant soccer show.
TK, you were gonna say something? Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, and that's why FIFA has a strict policy that no politics should be entered into football. Because once governing bodies start having money to build infrastructure in a country, football, they'll use the money. So I think those structures are not in place.
A story for another day.
It's all governmental.
But a story for another day. But they're allowing Trump to not give visas to some people to come to World Cup. This is bullshit, man. But we'll talk about that another day. All right, take us out of Falabi. Yeah.
Okay, it's been another brilliant football show. I've been doing a spotlight on Group C that has Tanzania, Uganda, Tunisia, and Nigeria. I'm from Saeed, TK, Mustafa, myself. We'll be back again.
All right, so you guys will do Group D on Friday.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay.
Yeah.